Hey there, and happy Wednesday. This is episode 3 of Life and Pushing Through Roadblocks with Luke Dennerter. Last week we talked a lot about how I felt going in and how the symptoms of going into cancer the first time. This time we're going to precurse that and talk about kind of the things what aren't necessarily proven, but also how I think and a couple of really good people think I got the cancer. So we're going to talk about, so I went to Carroll, I was playing college football, and I actually had a bye week. So I went actually over to Bozeman to see my sister, and during that time, I got a phone call from one of my good friends talking about how my cousin just got into an accident, and we're not sure if he's going to make it. And so I started heading back to Helena. Well, then not 20 minutes later, I got a phone call from my mom. And I thought, it's the same thing. It's my cousin that got into an accident. But it wasn't. It was my best friend had died. So I've never dealt with death. And all of a sudden I had my cousin, my best friend, and the third one. They always say things come in three, and it did. The third one is my grandpa died. With me not dealing with any type of depression or anything like that before, all of a sudden getting these 3 incidents that happened in the month of October. And of course my birthday was in the middle of this, so that was all awesome. They can't really substantiate it, but they thought, some of the doctors and nurses thought that it was my mono that I had that, along with depression, evolved into cancer. And so that's one big thing about depression. It does so many different things inside your body. The chemical body of the chemistry of your body changes. And because of those two factors happening at the same time, they thought that this is probably one of their big factors of why I got cancer. Because they said, realistically, the shape I was in, everything I was doing with my life, I shouldn't have had this. But the thing is lightning struck, and the correct factors molded together for me to create this perfect storm for me to get cancer. So I'm going to leave it there, but then next week we're going to start talking about the evolution of the chemo that I went through in the first time. But I at least wanted to explain kind of what my thoughts and what some of the nurses and doctors' thoughts of how the first time I got cancer. So again, thank you very much for tuning in, and I'll see you next week.